Well, welcome everybody to Wednesday live video. Um, Today we're gonna talk about sort of like, this is definitely like my opinion and some other people's, but kind of the 5 kind of essential products that kind of everybody needs in their car care line or their arsenal. But what I do want to say is today we can kind of make it like a debate session. So if you guys disagree with some of my product choices, put in the comment what you think is more essential and we can like talk through it. I have some reasons why I pick certain products, but again, I think not everybody does the same thing. So make sure to put in the comments, you know, your feeling about it, if you think it seems right, if there's other products you think are better. But really, I think like what I was trying to do today is later, Kai. Pick like 5 products that I think are like essential, but also 5 products that do multiple different things. So yeah, that's what today is going to be about. Just a quick announcement. We just started our Father's Day sale, so 25% off adamspolishes.com, but we're also doing a big giveaway. So we're going to be giving away something each day of the sale. So from now through Sunday, each day we're going to give away something, and it's actually golf related, not Adams Polishes related. I think we'll still do some other stuff, but there's some really cool things. We got a full set of golf irons. We got a driver for golfing. We got a putter. We got a really sick Adams Polishes logo embroidered golf bag that's red. So if you haven't seen it on Instagram or seen it on our Instagram story or Instagram reels, make sure you go check that out, because we're actually like pretty excited for this giveaway. I am, especially because I love golfing and I hand selected everything, so I'm pretty pumped about it. I know Anton isn't gonna need me because he just got brand new Mira golf irons, which is like, I'm super jealous. But yeah, for Father's Day this year, we wanted to do something like a little bit different. So instead of just giving away car care stuff, we decided to do golfing stuff, which has been really fun. So, and I'll just tell you right now, in my golfing, granted I am at altitude, but I hit my 7-iron about 205 yards. These golf irons, we had to test it out. So we grabbed the 7-iron from the set we picked. I hit the 7-iron 260 yards first swing and then 280 yards third swing. So they're definitely designed for hitting far, that's for sure. So make sure you check that out. You know, really the only thing that allows you to have a chance to win is you need to buy a mystery product from the Father's Day sale. So we have 4 different mystery products. Any one purchase of that essentially gets you a chance to win it. We're gonna take each giveaway from each day and we're just gonna put it in a random mystery order. So it should be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited about it. So make sure you go check that out. And you have more questions, just hit me in the comments here and I can answer any questions you guys have about that.
The details in me ask, what is the shelf life of Adam's graphene coating?
Details in me, what's the shelf life of Adam's graphene coating? You know, I think as just like a general statement, most car care stuff is good for 2 years, but it's not realistic. I mean, I think that if you have it in a nice, like cool place, like in some cabinets, not exposed to the sun, then, you know, you're looking at more years than that, 5, maybe even more. But the coating itself, like once it gets exposed to the air, like oxygen, it actually starts to cure. So, you know, I'd say if you've opened a bottle, I would try to use it within, you know, a month probably would be like the most, I would say. But again, if you closed it, put the cap back on it and put it in a cabinet, it's not exposed to the sun, you should be good for quite a while. I would just say the one thing I would say about coatings, like opening a bottle and then using it again, what happens is there's crystals that form around the neck of like where you're pouring it out. And if those crystals get into your applicator and you go to coat, you can actually scratch with those ceramic crystals. So I tend to, if I'm using another bottle and there's crystals forming, I'll take a towel and like rub it to get as many of the crystals off before I start using it again. So I hope that's a decent enough explanation. I'm just, what I was doing before you guys got on the live here was trying to get a little bit of work done before we started, just to make sure that we don't take too long on the live. But anyways, so the 5 products, let's just start with some of these 5 products. I'm already using one of them, but here's 4 of them here, and I have one inside the car. But the 5 products I chose is kind of like essential products that should go in everybody's detailing arsenal. Is I picked car shampoo, and the reason for that is because having a high quality car soap is absolutely essential. Something like Adam's car shampoo, the way it's differentiated from other car shampoos on the market is it neutralizes the water. So it's actually safer to have the soap on your car than it is to have hard water on your car. So having something that you can really control getting water spots or control not getting water spots is absolutely essential. It also has very high lubrication. So when you're washing with car shampoo, your wash pad glides and reduces the chance for scratching. So car shampoo is amazing. You can also do like a maintenance clay by using car shampoo. You just refoam the car after you've washed it and rinsed it, refoam it, hit it with a clay mitt. So you can get a lot of work done with car shampoo on its own. Secondly, detail spray. I think that's a pretty obvious choice. The thing with detail spray is that it has so many different uses. You know, you can use it just to spray and wipe a car. Like, so if you're at a car show, a lot of classic car owners, detail spray is their favorite product because they can get to the show, wipe their car down, make it look great. But it also works as a drying aid, which I'm going to show here in just a little bit. It also works as a clay lubrication. So if you're not claying during the washing, detail spray is your clay lube. And then also you can use it to rehydrate your polishing pad. So if you have polishing stuff and that's a job you do a lot, rehydrating your polishing pad so then they don't get too loaded with compound or polish. So detail spray being so versatile is an absolute necessity, and it's something I always have. It's like the one thing I use the most. I even use it to spray and wipe and dust my house, like my TV, all my shelving and everything. I use it to dust the inside of my house. Then thirdly, tire and rubber cleaner, which I'm using right now. And actually, tire and rubber cleaner, sometimes you can even get away with using it like eco wheel cleaner. So today on this car, not for any particular reason, but I'm using it as the wheel cleaner as well as my tire cleaner. But this does such a great job at doing so many different things. So getting, like, this tire is pretty brown because they're just haven't been cleaned. So getting the brown off, so then when you get to putting a tire dressing on, it just makes it look so much better. So tire and rubber cleaner, great for cleaning tires, but also when you pop the hood, you use it to clean the engine. But also you can spray it into an edgeless utility towel, remove oxidation, and clean plastic throughout your whole car. And then that transitions us to our 4th product, which is VRT. VRT I love because you can make trim, plastic and rubber trim look perfect. It's more of a dressing versus like a permanent protection agent, but you can really make a car look good with all the trim with VRT. But then also you can use it to dress not only your tires, but also underneath the hood with your engine. So like any rubber or plastic material on a car, VRT is great, with the exclusion of all-weather floor mats. But getting back to tire and rubber cleaner, you can use that to clean all-weather floor mats. So, and then lastly, getting into the car, total interior cleaner. I was kind of going between interior detailer and total interior cleaner, but with total interior cleaner being so versatile, you can clean nav screens, the glass. You can even use it as a mild cleaner for upholstery. You can use on leather, plastic, vinyl, everything on the inside of your car. Total interior cleaner does that. So, and it's such a mild cleaner that you don't necessarily have to, put a conditioner or a leather rejuvenation oil onto the surface. So all of these things, like if I wanted to get my car looking really like 85% great, I could get away with using every single one of these products. And that's formulas, right? So still need some of the accessories that go with it. But as far as my choices, that's why I picked these. So if you guys have other suggestions of other products, you're like, yeah, you absolutely need that, put them in the comments. I want to know. This is a debate session, right? This is not me. I mean, I'm suggesting these products, but if you guys have other suggestions, I want to hear it because I like the conversation. So So today what I'm going to do essentially, I've started, but I'm going to use each one of these in different ways, and I'll talk about them more as we get to the product. But first, what I'm using is tire and rubber cleaner. And tire and rubber cleaner and car shampoo are kind of the first things you use. But I'm essentially just going through and cleaning both the wheels and tires. The reason why I didn't choose a wheel cleaner as one of the essential products is because there's so many different types of wheels and tires, or so many different types of wheels. So, you know, I can't say like one works best for everything, because if you have a performance car that puts out a lot of metallic brake dust, our standard wheel cleaner is the best product for that. But if you have more of an OEM type car like that Lincoln over there, you know, those are just factory wheels. Wheel and tire cleaner is best for that. And then if you have, you know, either raw metal like raw billet wheels, or super delicate wheels that you spend a lot of money on, then our Eco Wheel Cleaner is the best wheel cleaning product for that. But the one thing that all of those wheels and tires need is tire and rubber cleaner. So that's why this was like my choice. And actually I'm trying to do the most work with this. So I'm cleaning the wheels and the tires with this right now, just to show you guys, if you run out of wheel cleaner, sometimes you can get away with just using this. But because this is such a mild cleaner, you don't have to rinse the wheels down first. So what I like to do is, when I'm using this as an all-in-one product, I'll just spray it directly on like this, and then onto the wheel.
Anton says, enjoying my new set. That golf bag is sweet.
Yeah, dude, Anton, you would love that golf bag, by the way. And actually today, so we started the giveaway today. Yeah, Anton, email me some videos of you hitting those clubs, because I'm sure they sound good with that samurai steel that they make those out of. So for anybody that's not familiar, Anton went and bought golf irons. So probably, I'm sure Anton got like a set of probably 3 or 4 iron through pitching wedge, I imagine is what Anton got. And these golf irons are produced in Japan, in like the heart of Japan. And I'm pretty sure they're produced in the district where they make samurai swords. So there are rumors that the steel that they use is the same steel that samurai swords are used. So, you know, if you're using something like that, means your golf scores are going to go down for sure. And there's even like a rumor that when Tiger Woods won the Masters, he was using Titleist irons. Titleist is like a major golf brand, especially here in the States, but they're an international golf brand. And there's rumors that his Titleist irons were produced by Mira Golf. So they definitely have this kind of legendary status. And because of that, Anton has less money in his bank account for sure, because those irons are like crazy expensive. I'm sure someday I'll have some, because they're incredible. But anyways, yeah, so today, day 1 of the Father's Day giveaway, our friends at Pins and Aces gave us something called a liquor stick. I imagine, you know, there's some implications to the word liquor in there, but it's essentially like a big reservoir that's about as tall as a 3-wood that goes in your golf bag. And you can fill it up with your favorite beverage, you know, even if it's just water, it doesn't matter. But it has an electric pump at the top. So what you can do is you can stick this liquor stick in your bag, put a head cover on it, and you can bring your favorite beverage to the golf course. And anytime in between holes, you can fill up you know, whatever beverage you're drinking that day on the course, and have a great time. So today we're giving away a liquor stick plus a $200 gift card to pinsandaces.com. And Pins and Aces, they sell like really unique golf shirts with like really cool patterns. They also make really high quality head covers to go on your driver or 3-wood or fairway wood. So and they also have like a lot of other accessories too. Like they sell shorts, pants, ball markers, all kinds of stuff. So they gave us the liquor stick, and then they also gave us a $200 gift card. So you can kind of get whatever you want. So really cool giveaway today, especially like, you know, the liquor stick is just like a really unique gift for dads that are on the course a lot. So yeah, go get a mystery item. It doesn't matter which one, a mystery bucket or box, whatever. And then you get a chance to win that stuff. So
Mark K asks, hey Joe, could you do a video on how to polish gloss black wheels?
you know what, Mark K, which is probably Mark Kuzma, 1000% I can. If it is Mark Kuzma, by the way, he has a really sick Dodge Viper, so definitely jealous of Mark Kuzma. Mark Kuzma helps us at events every once in a while. You know what? I've been planning on doing that, Mark, because we just launched an out of polish set of a jack with jack stand. So I wanted you guys to be able to see that in action as well. So yes, I'll do that. Maybe next week I can do that. That's a good idea.
What's the difference between VRT versus graphene VRT?
Difference between regular VRT and graphene VRT. You know, graphene VRT is just sort of like a update to regular VRT, and what graphene VRT does is we utilize the reduced graphene oxide that essentially bolsters the protection that's in VRT. So it helps it last longer. So when you use graphene VRT, it's going to last a little bit longer than the standard VRT, but you still get the same look, you know, so the kind of matte finish look that VRT provides. But it just, essentially, it's just going to last a little bit longer. So that's the main difference. Anything with graphene in the name of it, whether it's a coating or whether it's a maintenance product like graphene detail spray or graphene boost, it just has that added reduced graphene oxide that allows it to the protection, and it lasts longer.
Alex Flo Show said, I think the classic blue wheel cleaner is really essential. It works great for wheels, and I've also used it for iron decon. Works great for
Yes. So who said that?
Alex Flo Show.
Alex Flo Show. That's like one of the best YouTube names we have out there. But Alex Flo Show essentially said the blue wheel cleaner, like our standard wheel cleaner, he feels like is an essential product because it works great at cleaning wheels, but also he's used it as like an iron decon on a car. I somewhat agree, because you can take that wheel cleaner and dilute it down so it's like easier to spray and do an iron decon on a car. You know, my thing with wheel cleaner though is like it's pretty specific to different types of wheels. So you know, every car has tires on it, so that's why tire and rubber cleaner I think I chose. Not to say that you're challenging me, Alex, but wheel cleaner definitely, you know, I think like any sort of wheel cleaner added into your arsenal is essential, because I mean, you can see like I use tire and rubber cleaner, it just doesn't clean them to the point of being perfect. So but you can see those tires look almost dark black again, but they definitely need like a dressing on them, which we'll get into with VRT. Now, so I use tire and rubber cleaner to clean the tires as well as the wheels, but tire and rubber cleaner also works really good to clean plastic as well as rubber. So let me set these aside really quick. I know this car's dirty. I might just do it really fast. I was gonna skip the washing, but I don't want to bore you guys with just, hey, I'm just gonna sit here and watch this guy wash a car. Maybe people are into that. I don't know. But anyways, tire and rubber cleaner. You can take an edgeless utility towel, which is essentially like a woven interior towel, The reason why you use this towel is because when it's woven, when you start scrubbing something, it won't lint. That's also why we use it for the interior. So I can take my edgeless utility towel and spray a few sprays again of tire and rubber cleaner. And now we take this and we can scrub the plastic and the rubber to remove any oxidation. So then what we do is then we take VRT after that. So you can see like how much oxidation I'm removing from everything. Okay, mainly it's probably from the rubber here. I need to switch to a more fresh side. So go here. And you can see like how uneven this is. It just does not look good. When I take the tire and rubber cleaner and I start scrubbing it, like so, it makes it look perfectly even once again. And because we're removing all the oxidation, this is something I actually do before I coat a vehicle, because I don't want to put any ceramic coating on top of oxidation, because it's not like the true rubber that you're putting it on. So tire and rubber cleaner, after I've washed the car and I have it inside before I'm going to coat it, I always go through and treat the rubber with tire and rubber cleaner before I ceramic coat it. So that's the process I'm kind of doing right now. But granted, I'm not going to ceramic coat this car. So what I like to do is clean the plastic and the rubber thoroughly before I even get into dressing it. So VRT is a dressing. So it's like a non-permanent product that will make plastic and rubber look really good again. So I'm always trying to flip the towel to get to like a fresh side. So I've used kind of most of this towel. Now I'm on this part right here. So we just continue to go through and clean the rubber and plastic. So again, like the reasoning for me picking certain products is how versatile they are. So tire and rubber cleaner is going to do a great job of cleaning multiple things, whether that's tires, whether that's plastic and rubber on the vehicle, or engine bays, which again, just more plastic under there as well. So, so like the one area that you definitely need to hit is the cowl. The cowl is the part where your windshield meets the front of the car, and it just gets the most oxidation because it's pointed straight to the sky, where the sun just starts deteriorating it. It just starts, essentially ruining the plastic, makes it age in dog years. And so your cowl is one of those things that you really need to focus on. And I would say, like, another thing to use tire and rubber cleaner for is if you're going to restore plastic. So like Black Trim Restore, we have a product that makes faded plastic like this. It brings it back to like the factory black finish. You need to clean it first with tire and rubber cleaner before you move on to restoring it with Black Trim Restore. So again, tire and rubber cleaner. This is actually, I think like Adam, the founder here at Adam's Polishes, he doesn't have one favorite product. I think I'm kind of like in the same boat because, when you use one product, there's usually another one you need to follow it up with. There's only like a few products that you would use to fully do be finished with, right? Like tire shine is one of those where like it's one of the last things you do, ceramic coating, one of the last things you do. But tire and rubber cleaner is like a great product you use for this to then do something else. So this product is super essential to everyone's. That's a product that probably most people would use a lot of because you're constantly cleaning your tires, removing old tire dressings, or when your tires start to brown from mold release agent or tire blooming, you definitely need tire and rubber cleaner for that. So I'm just gonna fill this bucket up really fast
Alexander Bristow asks, do you recommend using surface prep before applying either buttery wax or brilliant glaze?
Yeah, so Alex, you said?
Yeah.
So Alex asked, do you recommend using surface prep before applying buttery wax or brilliant glaze? I would say you don't really need to. I think buttery wax and brilliant glaze are because generally like you would clay the car before you apply those, or using detail spray. You can get away with not using surface prep. I think with ceramic coatings, it's a little bit different because the ceramic coating is something that it needs the kind of naked clear coat to adhere to. So surface prep helps remove like oils from compound and polish, also a little bit of detail spray, but buttery wax and brilliant glaze, they are you don't need to do surface prep. But I would say that like a process that we used to do a lot. This is like way before ceramic coating. This is something I used to do when I first started working at Adams Polishes. But if you are going to be using those two products together, I do recommend using brilliant glaze first and then buttery wax on top. So brilliant glaze, with it being a glaze type of product, it fills in imperfections. Okay, it's more kind of like your traditional wax where, you know, traditionally people be like, I need to wax my car, but all they were doing is hiding scratches. They weren't correcting them with like a machine polisher. So brilliant glaze is something you can go over the surface, and because it's a thin formula, like if this is a scratch, like a profile of a scratch, this is like your clear coat up here, and a scratch is like a miniature canyon into your clear coat. The brilliant glaze goes inside of there and goes on top, and then when you wipe it away, the brilliant glaze stays in there, so it fills in that scratch, and then you don't really see it. It makes the car look really shiny. So I recommend doing brilliant glaze first, and you can even apply it with a machine. So brilliant glaze first, wipe it all down, and then hit it with buttery wax after that. It's gonna make the car appear more shiny, I would say. So that's just like my quick recommendation on that. I'm just gonna grab a wash pad. And I need a grit guard, of course. So grit guard. And actually this is how I like to clean my wash pads. There's a couple different ways, but just like that.
Nalia asks, how would you do a full ceramic coating detail?
Full ceramic coating detail. Is that, let me just clarify with her. Are you referring to detailing the car before you ceramic coat it, or the car has already been ceramic coated and now you're detailing the car after? Just answer me that question. Just say before or after, and that will give me a sense of how to answer it. Okay, so I need to grab one more thing. Actually, you know what? No, we don't. I'm going to show you a little secret. So I have my foam cannon. I'm actually going to take my canister and just set it aside, but I probably should use the straw, you know, like this. So I just have this. I don't even need the canister right now. So car shampoo, right here. When you use car shampoo, put it onto your wash pad like this. And then just a little bit in the bucket, just like one little squeeze. And then so instead of using the canister, this is something I actually do in my house. I'll take the top off like this, set it aside, and I'll just drop my foam cannon head and straw into the thing. And there's actually threads in the middle here to go onto a 16 ounce. So I will put the threads on, before I start, I'm going to take this top nozzle and turn it all the way counterclockwise. Okay, essentially what that does is when I pull the trigger, it's not going to pull any solution out of the straw. But once I start using the foam cannon, I'll be spraying it, no soap comes out, and then I just start dialing this up until I get the thickness of foam that I want, and then I can just foam the car like that. So I'll set this aside right now. So I just need to rinse the car. So
Nolly clarified
before, okay, yeah, that's good. So this is Nalia. So yeah, so sorry if we're not pronouncing your name right, Nalia, but you can blame Matthew. But anyways, so doing a full detail before you ceramic coat a car. So step one is you want to get the car clean. You want to wash the car. So first things first, you start with wheels and tires. Well, first things first is you start with all weather floor mats if it has that. Then you move to each wheel and tire individually. You want to finish each wheel and tire completely before you move on to the next. Then you want to hit the exhaust tips. So clean the exhaust tips, and then generally I do the engine as well. It's just kind of like a good deed that makes your customers feel good. Then once you're done with that, you wash the car. So I would say generally I ask the customer, has this car been waxed or had sealant put on it? And if they don't know, that's fine. But generally I'll use a strip wash as my soap. So strip wash I use just out of the foam cannon. I don't use it in the bucket. So a combination of strip wash and then car shampoo in my bucket. The reason why I do that is my hands are very sensitive to strip wash. So when I've used it in the bucket, my hands turn bright pink and they just sting for hours. So not to say that that happens to everybody else. It's just, I also can't use Tide laundry soap because it does the same thing. So it could be the dye in it, whatever. Anyways, strip wash as my foaming agent and then car shampoo out of the bucket. So fully wash the car. Then once you're done washing the car, you rinse it off, okay, with your pressure washer. I refoam the car with car shampoo, not strip wash. Once I refoam it, then I take a clay mitt and I go and I clay the whole car. I'm trying to get any bonded contamination off of the car before I start into my next thing. So after I clay the car, and here's the other thing, you don't have to necessarily use the clay mitt. You could also use like a medium grade clay, but what you want to do, Nalia, is feel the finish first. If it's really rough, like feels like sandpaper, I would recommend using the medium grade clay. If it doesn't feel that bad, then just use the clay mitt or the fine grade clay. Just depends on how much work you really need to do. If the car is white or silver, you want to do an iron decontamination. So you want to remove any embedded iron contamination that's in the car. Now, once you're done doing all of that, the decontamination, both iron and removing bonded contamination with the clay, pull it inside so you get out of the sun and then dry the whole car. Ideally, you want to use forced air to dry it. So forced air meaning like getting it out of the mirrors, getting any water out of the handles, the badges, anywhere that water will seep out when you start doing your polishing, okay? So after you dried it completely, now you polish it. Now, some cars require more than others. So if this is an older car that's been neglected, you'll probably have to do a compound and polish two-step combo. If not, you might be able to get away with a one-step polish on like a newer vehicle that just has minor swirl marks. So you want to get the finish to a point of what your customer's happy with. So generally, that's like no scratches, no swirl marks or anything like that. Once you're done with that, surface prep the car with an alcohol wipe and then ceramic coat the car, and then you're pretty much done. So that would be like the full process. And to be honest with you, like if you're curious about, and actually, Nalia, that's a great video that we should do. Like, what do you do before you actually ceramic coat the car? So I'm gonna do that. So look out for that in like a month's time of what do you do before you actually get into the ceramic coating process of the car. I really like that idea. Nalia, I hope that was helpful, and comment yes or no if it was helpful. So before you wash the car with car shampoo, you want to rinse the car off the best you can. And I always start in the shaded side first. So the sun is kind of right overhead. So but it's situated that way. So this is the shaded side first, because I know when I get into rinsing off the sunny side, water spots can start to happen pretty quick, but that's why I have everything set up already. So just getting to rinsing the car off first. Looks like he ceramic coated one door. Yeah, you're good. Perfect. Nice setup. Okay, so car's rinsed down. So I'm gonna immediately take my 16 ounce on the foam cannon head like this. And like I showed you, I already turned the dial all the way counterclockwise. So when I pull the trigger, it's just water coming out. Okay, so now what I do is I start turning the top clockwise, and then boom, there's the soap. So I want it to be more sudsy than that. So I'll just keep turning it a little bit more, and just like that is how much I want, like that. So always foam down the car in the sunny side first. So right now this soap and water solution out of here is neutralizing the water, so I'm eliminating a chance to get water spots right now. So anywhere that's in the sun, you want to hit with the foam cannon and car shampoo solution. And just to reiterate, like, this is why having a high quality car soap is so important, is because you're gonna reduce the chance of getting damage, which water spots is damage on your car because they're not easy to remove. And so having a high quality car soap is absolutely essential in your car care line. So there we go, car is suds down. So now I can take this off. And what I like to do is I'll unscrew this, and now I can just set aside my foam cannon head. Oh, I unscrewed that piece of it. Whatever. And then I'll just put the top back on this. So I used about this much for both in my bucket and out of the foam cannon. So I could probably get 5 or 6 washes out of just using it like how I did. And then I can just set this back on my shelf. I don't need to I don't need to have my canister that's just like taking up space. So that's just like a quick Joe pro tip, I guess you could call it. Now I'll put the tip back onto the pressure washer like this. Okay. Make sure when I pull the trigger, the tip doesn't come shooting off. And then I'll activate the suds in the bucket. So just put it, just the tip barely inside, pull the trigger. And now we have suds, all right? Set this aside. So now we wash the car. So one panel at a time. Generally, I would be using the 2 buckets, but for right now, just for time's sake, I'm not gonna do it. And this car wasn't crazy dirty. And that's one thing about car shampoo that I love, is like as I go across this, it's just gliding. So removing any loose dirt and grime is really easy without causing scratching. And that's just, you know, that's essential to car care. You know, we talk about this a lot, especially Adam and I, like sort of different phases to car care. Like there's I think we kind of talk about like 3 different phases. One being, you know, getting a perfect finish. So like getting the car to where you're happy with the appearance of it. So, you know, oftentimes for a lot of cars, it's polishing it. So correcting, getting a perfect finish is phase 1. So machine polishing, removing scratches, getting it perfect to where you want it to be. Then phase 2 is protecting. You have a lot of options there between ceramic coating, sealants, and waxes. So whatever you feel comfortable with, phase 2 is protecting it. And then once you've done phase 1 and phase 2, now phase 3 is maintaining it, meaning how can I keep it looking perfect for as long as possible so I don't have to go back and into phase 1. And phase 3, which is the maintaining, which is like washing, waterless wash, stuff like that, that is the thing you spend the most time doing. So washing your car, if you wash once a month, you're gonna do it 52 times a year, okay? So polishing and ceramic coating depends on how anal you are about it, but most people will do it once a year, right? So Adam and I tend to say, you know, if you're getting into car care and you want to ceramic coat your car, the best thing to do right off the bat is to learn the best washing process you can do, because once you have a good foundation of the maintenance type of stuff, so like 2-bucket washing, how to use waterless wash, maybe how to use a hoseless wash, like a rinseless style wash, understanding those processes is super essential, because what you don't want to do is just go straight into ceramic coating and then you wash your car in a way that causes damage, and now you're working against yourself. You know, I think a lot of times what we see in the car care industry is you get detailers and people that ceramic coat their car, and now they think it's easy to maintain and you can just be careless with it. So they take it through automated car washes with all the brushes, and now it just starts scratching the ceramic coating. And all those hours you put into getting it perfect, or all those hours you spent money on for a detailer to get it perfect, you just you went back in time, essentially. You put more scratches on it. So doing what I'm doing, which is having a great understanding of how to properly wash a car, you know, investing into having grit guards in your bucket, that's super essential. That's like, I would say that's one that's like an essential product. But again, I only picked 5 today that were more formulas than they were hard goods.
Anton says Joe emailed you with concerns regarding Amazon.
Okay. Concerns, Anton. Your only concern should be hitting a hole-in-one now.
Ken Wilson asked, do you let people come and watch you do the live?
Oh yeah, 100%. Mr. Ken Wilson, yeah, come by anytime, man. No big deal. You just have to sign a release that you're fine if you're on camera. No, you don't, but yeah, you can come by anytime. Every Wednesday, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time in Colorado. So yeah, if you want to come by and watch. You know, at Adams Polishes, we do a lot of detail clinics, kind of like in-person classes for like a big crowd. Sometimes you'll get upwards of 200 people, maybe 50 people, but we do them at all of our stores. So not only here in Colorado, but we also do them in our Anaheim store as well as our Arizona store. So if you want some like hands-on, in-person experience, just find when we're doing one of those and come. But Ken, if you want to come for the live, I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so right now I can kind of take my time because the soap it's dry on the car, but it's eliminating the water spots. So again, having a high quality car soap is essential. Now, what I need to do is I need to kind of start planning of what my next steps are. So I know for sure that in the passenger side over here, I have my drying towel. but it's in the bag, so I want to take it out of the bag. Have my, so what I like to do is I'll take my drying towel like this, and I'll set it in the door right here. Actually, I'm gonna set it on the driver's side door because I know the driver's side is in the sun. I want to dry the sunny side first before I get out to this side. And then what I also want to do is grab my third essential product that everybody needs, which is detail spray right here. Make sure this is prepped and ready to spray, and put this with my drying towel. Okay. So I know that essentially what I'm going to do is I'll start rinsing the car in the shaded side, and I'll make my way around. And then when I'm finished rinsing here, I can just set the pressure washer down, grab my detail spray as my drying aid and my drying towel, and start drying the car. Now, on super hot days, this is like kind of a, not much of a pro tip, but you can dry your car in sections. So on a hot day like this, where even in the, or not today, today's pretty, it's hot, but it's not like 100 degrees.
It's like windy.
And it's windy. I mean, I think it's 87 today, so it's almost 90. But essentially what you can do is wash your car in sections. So you could, or not wash your car, you could dry your car in sections. So you can go on the shaded side first, rinse that side of the car off, and then dry it. And then you can move to the next section. So you're allowing the soap to do its job, which is neutralize the water, but you're working in smaller sections so you avoid getting water spots. The only thing I will say to that is when you're rinsing the car, if you get water on the other side that you've already dried, then it creates steps to go back and do it again. So I like to do it all at once, but I'm also mentally preparing myself to like move fast because I don't want to get water spots. So we'll start rinsing now, but remember I have my detail spray and drying towel set up already. So starting in the shaded side. The pressure washer I'm using right now is called the Active 2.3. Alex is the one who asked what pressure washer we're using. I'm using the Active 2.3. We've just, these launched not too long ago. Really good pressure washer. And the 2.3 refers to the amount of gallons per minute that this produces. So it produces 2.3 gallons per minute, which is quite a bit for like a pressure washer, you know, a pretty like reasonable pressure washer for like your everyday consumer. You know, I think a lot of pros are going to be getting these because it makes rinsing your car so much easier when you have more water coming out of the pressure washer. Excuse me. So, but it launched not too long ago, so we're kind of like, we're putting it through its paces to kind of, if something fails, then we have a way to address it. So that's why we're using it. We've been using this quite a bit actually, but you can see I have the 40-degree tip on, and it just puts out quite a bit of water. So rinsing a car off just makes it so much easier. So I'm kind of getting closer to like the direct sun area. So I've already rinsed this side, so I'm just gonna go up top to push the soap off to the other side. That's a good question. I don't foam first. I just rinse the car first. You know, I think like there's different philosophies on that. I think some people would say that if you just rinse without foaming, that the abrasion of the dirt on the car will scratch the car. Maybe, but you know, with my experience of washing cars, I feel like I've never scratched a car by rinsing it off. You know, I think the pressure washer does a great job. But here's the thing: if you want to foam your car before you rinse it, because you're trying to pull dirt off of the car before you get into washing, more power to you. You know, I think in my experience, it hasn't really like gained me anything extra or made it more safe of a wash, but you know, there's probably some debate around that. I know I've seen some of our competitors talk about that, which I think is cool. You know, I think it's a way to get people to use more soap, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on it. I'm not too worried about it.
Ken Wilson said he's planning to come up in August for vacation.
Okay.
Same guy that
Oh yeah.
about people watching the live. Said he'll buy you a beer afterwards.
Wait, Ken Wilson, where are you coming from is what I'm curious about. Yeah, that sounds great, man. I don't drink, but I'll take a club soda. Yeah, that would be awesome, Ken. I would love to. And if anything, I could even spend some more time with you to show you stuff that you want to know. So I rinsed the car off completely. Now I am running the risk of water spots. So a way to slow that is by using another essential product, which is detail spray. So all I'm doing is getting a thin layer of detail spray on the car, starting in the sunny side first. Like so. And I'm trying to get the detail spray incorporated with the hard water that's on the car so it can slow down the process of the water spotting from happening. So you can kind of move kind of quick on this. You kind of have to anyways, because you want to get a nice layer of the detail spray on, but not too much, because if you use too much of it, it can sometimes be a little streaky. But just kind of like that is all I'm going to do. So now what I like to do is work in the sunny side first, always, because that's the part that's going to dry the fastest. And I like to fold my towel when I'm using it, and I always dry the glass first. The part that can get streaky, I always dry first, because what happens is as you go through drying your car, your towel picks up more and more detail spray and water. And then what happens is you start moving water and detail spray around. So I always start with doing the glass like so.
Ken said he's coming from Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh yeah, California. Dang, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Ken, come by, man. Come hang out. We can even talk California. I'm from California, so. But I'm not from Rancho Cucamonga. I'm from Arcata, California, up in the north coast, about an hour from Oregon. So. Okay, so I got the glass dry now. So now I come to the areas that are in the sun. So I'll start here because this is directly facing the sun. Just go through and dry. I'll move over to this side, get the top, because this is directly in the sun as well.
Mark K asks, how does be updating the pressure washer 2.0?
I'm sure we will. Yeah, Mark Kuzma asks, are we going to update our pressure washer 2.0? I'm sure we will. You know, we're always trying to improve on that. And I think like companies like Active have done a good job of pushing the industry a little bit harder to get more GPM out of the pressure washers. So, you know, we're always like redeveloping and trying to create a better system for people. So I can't exactly like comment on it because I can't give away our R&D secrets, but yeah, we're constantly always trying to change everything. So coming to an AdamsPolishes.com near you, you know, eventually. I'm not sure when, but.
Speaking of, you're going to talk about that sprayer you got on that spray too?
Yeah, they're not shipping yet, but we are changing our sprayers because the manufacturers of our current sprayer that most everybody has is we're shifting manufacturers. So you guys will start seeing, not quite yet. Car's a little bit too dry on this side. I just need to. Yeah, in store they've shifted. That's why I have these different sprayers. But yeah, we're gonna shift that a little bit. So sometimes, this is something I learned from Adam. Your car can get almost too dry to where your towel isn't really doing much work. So if you just run a quick mist on it, because it has the detail spray on there, you can just hit it with a quick mist like that, and then it makes drying your car a lot easier. He actually, in one of the videos on our YouTube channel, he talked about that. And it's a tip that I've been using pretty consistently since he taught me that.
01 iPull said for a do-it-all interior cleaner, would you recommend the total interior versus leather interior cleaner?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But yeah, do-it-all interior cleaner. Total interior cleaner is for sure the product because you can use it on every surface. You can use it on, not only can you use it on like the hard surfaces or leather, you can also use it even as a mild upholstery cleaner, but also on glass and nav screens. So it kind of just works on everything, which makes it super versatile. And that's also why in this live video that I'm talking about essential products, that's why I have that as sort of the one essential interior product that everybody needs, because it makes it, the fact that it can do so many different things makes it really versatile and easy to use. So man, the essential product this guy needs is a new windshield. Okay, car's washed, everything's looking pretty good. I'll just toss this up here. There's a little bit of streaks. Just like that. I'll set this in the spoiler so the thing doesn't blow away. Now I'm done with the detail spray. Now if I was gonna clay the car, I would use this as my clay lube. So again, another reason why detail spray is so good, because it's really versatile for many different things. So we have 3 essential products down and 2 to go. So I actually need to run in and grab an accessory really fast. I'll be back in 1 second. Sorry you guys are taking so long. I need a block applicator. You know where the, oh, right here. There we go. I'm on my way back. Mucho orders.
I don't even take my time like that.
Okay. And just like my track career, not very fast. That's why I play baseball and golf. Golf is really slow. Okay, so we're done cleaning the car, everything. So now we get into the fourth essential product, which is VRT. All right, so remember we cleaned all of this with the tire and rubber cleaner. So now what I will do is I'll take this and I like to put just like one single line at the top right here, just like that. And I actually like to rub this in, but putting it on the top gives me a kind of a focused area. So now what I can do, and check this out, Matthew, this makes it look really good, but I can start putting the VRT onto the plastic and rubber areas that I cleaned all those areas with tire and rubber cleaner. So you can see it just makes it look nice, jet black, like almost brand new. Like that. So kind of this, I'm trying to make a nice little line here. But essentially, we remove the oxidation so it's the raw rubber, but it's really dry. So you add VRT consistently and it keeps it looking perfect all the time. So, you know, when you first put it on, it's gonna be a lot, quite a bit. And then as it thins out in your applicator, it's a little bit easier to control to get on there, like so.
Trey McGregor asked, how long does it last?
VRT doesn't last as long as you would want, is my answer, right? So this is something I would say if you're using VRT consistently, then about every wash, I would redo this, okay? And again, like the way I treat this part of it is like I've done all the essential stuff, which is I've washed the car, I've cleaned the wheels and tires, maybe did the engine bay, but before I go and dress the tires, I treat it with a trim dressing, whether that's VRT, excuse me, Graphene VRT. We have an all-purpose exterior dressing. All of those work really great for what I'm doing right now. So if you're not going to protect this with ceramic coating, this is essential to treating your rubber and your plastic, because I mean, you can see how dried out this is. You could see it up here when I did the before and after. It's like it's almost like leather, like keeping it fed with a dressing like VRT will make it stay looking good for a longer period of time. So VRT is something that, you know, I recommend doing consistently if you're not going to ceramic coat it, right? But if you want it something to last a lot longer, you know, I'd probably say like Graphene VRT might last 2 months instead of 1 month. So if you're using Graphene VRT, every other wash if you're washing once a month, okay? But, you know, ceramic coating this stuff, whether it be the Graphene ceramic coating in the 60 ml bottle, which is our highest concentrated one, or even the spray coating, will give a similar look where it looks brand new again, but that ceramic coating is going to last exponentially longer. Like you can pretty much do that twice a year or maybe once a year. So yeah, ceramic coating by far is the best option. But again, I think like not everybody's going to do that. And the thing about VRT is you can put it on top of a ceramic coating. So even if your ceramic coating looks like it's starting to fade a little bit, throw some VRT or Graphene VRT in there. It's going to make your trim look perfect again. So
Fishy96 says, I'd put the bug remover in my essentials list. Typically clean about 40,000 bugs under the wash. I have a 2024 Sprinter RV.
Oh, geez. Well, Fishy sounds like he's traveling a lot. But yeah, Fishy said he would put bug remover in his essentials because that's something he's dealing with all the time. So yeah, definitely like bug remover. Bug remover is a great product. I mean, the cool thing about bug remover is you use it during the washing process, and it does such a good job of removing bugs. I mean, I can't tell you, my dad likes it because they go on road trips every once in a while, and it really does a good job of. The thing about bug remover that I like so much is that when you treat the dried bug guts on the front of the car with bug remover. So essentially you rinse your car to get all the dirt and grime off. Then you spray bug remover on all the areas that have bugs. So generally it's like your front clip and then your mirrors and even sometimes your windshield. Okay, so you just spray bug remover on all those areas. Then you foam right over the top of it. Okay, so foam right over the top of it. And then when you use your wash pad to go over those areas, the dead bug guts, not dead bug guts, but the bug guts come flying off. No pun intended. But that's a really, really good product, especially like if you're somebody that's, certain areas have, like the South has a ton of big bugs. So it's like really obvious. But yeah, if you're going on road trips a lot, it's a great product for that as well. So Fishy, I'm not against it, man. I think that's a good suggestion.
Red asks, are you guys on I-25 in Denver? Could we just purchase it at your shop?
Yeah, Red. Red asks, are we on I-25 in Denver and can we just purchase it from your shop? Yeah, we actually, we're off I-25 and 84th Avenue. So we're just north of Denver, about 10, 15 minutes, depending on traffic. And we have a really nice showroom and actually have a Aston Martin in the showroom right now. So if you're even into cars, we usually have some pretty cool cars in the shop as well. So yeah, Red, anytime you want to come by. If you want to, you can ask for Joe and I'll come down and hang out, tell you anything you want about the products or processes. Yeah.
Cristobal asks, what applicator pad are you using to apply it?
The applicator I'm using to apply the VRT is called our block applicator. So this is something I use for dressing tires, but also to put on VRT or Graphene VRT. And the thing I like about it is the block applicator is just it's very disposable. They're not expensive either. So you go through these a lot with all this stuff you're using. So yeah, the block applicator, kind of an essential applicator or hard good to have with you at all times. So I didn't do the other side because I just, for time's sake, I want to do it here. But one thing I will say is, I don't know if Matthew can show it on camera, but I got a lot of VRT on everything else. Like it's all on here. It's all right here. It's on the paint. VRT, once you've treated it and you're done treating it, you can come back with a plush towel or even a just utility towel like this. And you just take it and it wipes away perfect every single time, from your glossy, from paint, from glass, anything that you accidentally get it on. You just take a plush towel or a just utility towel and you just wipe it away and it comes off. But I would say that when you're using VRT, like if you get it on here right away and you try to wipe it off instantly, it will smear, because it's like once the VRT has dried, it's easier to wipe off, if that makes any sense.
Alex Flo Show asks, what would you guys recommend to protect the vinyl wrap? I normally use a graphene wax. He also asked if I came by, is the showroom behind that red door behind you?
Those are two good questions. So, Alex, you said?
Yes.
So Alex asked, what's the best way, excuse me, best way to protect, oh my gosh, excuse me, best way to protect vinyl wrap, and is the showroom behind that red door. So vinyl wrap, I actually really like the Graphene Ceramic Spray Coating Advanced. It's thin enough that it's very easy to apply. You don't get very many high spots when you use that product. But what you're gonna notice is you won't see the rainbow effect when you're applying that. So what I like to do when I'm putting a ceramic coating on a vinyl wrap is I'll apply the ceramic coating. I'll actually put like a swipe onto glass, whether it's the side glass or the windshield. You can really see the rainbow effect or kind of oil slick effect on there. Once you put it on there, now you start applying it. And now you monitor the rainbow effect on the glass. And once the rainbow color starts to fade away a little bit, not all the way, but just almost to the point where it's gone, then you wipe it off of the vinyl wrap and the windshield. So this is like, when you put it on the windshield or the glass, it's like your indicator of when to know to wipe it off the vinyl. But the spray coating just works so well because it's a thin layer, but it makes it so hydrophobic that it makes cleaning vinyl really, really easy. So just understand too, like when you put it onto vinyl, whether it's a color or it's black, it's almost gonna make it look glossy when you first put the initial layer on, but that's because the product is so wet coming out of the bottle. Once you wipe it off, it's gonna look factory matte finish. So don't worry about it too much, but the spray coating for sure, I would say, is one of the best products for that. So talking about essential products, VRT, we just treated the plastic, which, I mean, that looks great. But the other thing I can do is I can put it onto my applicator, and because these tires are a little bit more low profile, I switched from this bigger broad rectangle, I turned it 90 degrees, and I have a more thin panel here. So I'll just snake some VRT on here and rub it in to get a nice like thin layer of it. And now, not only can I dress the plastic and the rubber, but I can also dress these tires as well. So again, using a product like VRT, which is extremely versatile, you can do multiple jobs with one product. So, and again, if I had gone through and cleaned the engine, I would use VRT to dress all the plastic and rubber under the engine as well. So, and the thing about VRT that I think a lot of people really appreciate and like is that when it cures and dries on the tires, it makes it look jet black, but it's a factory matte finish. So you can see it kind of goes on a little wet, but like once it dries, it looks perfectly matte. And then when I feel it with my hands, there's nothing, it feels completely dry, like it's rubber. It makes it feel more smooth, but it's not greasy or anything. So, you know, VRT, again, like a product that really does many different things between dressing tires, dressing rubber and plastic, and even like plastic under the engine bay. So a product that can, again, I was thinking like with these products I'm presenting today, this is sort of like these 5 products, you can essentially detail your whole car without needing, you know, 10 different products. These products can do multiple things, so you can really go a long way with these essential type of products. And I think the thing for me is like I don't necessarily use these 5 products only. You know, if I want shinier tires, I can use Tire Shine, but with Tire Shine I can't dress the plastic. So I tend to have these products with me all the time, like at my house. So let's say that I run out of Tire Shine and I don't have any more, I can always just grab my VRT and make the whole car look amazing. So that's VRT.
D-Hubs asks, do you recommend using graphene liquid wax over the advanced graphene coating, or is that unnecessary?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Somebody asked D-Hub, you said?
D-Hubs.
D-Hubs. Graphene liquid wax over a graphene ceramic coating. You know, I think the reason why we have that graphene liquid wax was more of for people that like to wax their car, it was like a liquid wax that can last longer than pretty much any other liquid wax on the market. So it was more of like a standalone product, but you can absolutely, because it has a reduced graphene oxide in it, it will adhere to a graphene ceramic coating. So if you want to do it, you can. I think it's a little bit redundant. You know, if anything, what I would recommend is if you put the ceramic coating on your car, the graphene ceramic coating, when you feel like you want to put more protection on, just use the spray coating on top of that. Ceramic coatings, like ceramic coatings, there's also other maintenance products I think work a little bit better, like Graphene Boost is one. It's just more concentrated and it tends to provide a better hydrophobic you know, properties like onto the car. So here's the thing, there's not really a wrong answer. I just think that for the effort you have to put into applying a liquid wax, spray coating's easier, because the liquid wax, you kind of have to avoid all the rubber and plastic because it can stain. Whereas the graphene spray coating will make it look perfect again. So, you know, I think for me, car care, I want it to be easy and like fast. So the spray coating to me it does more work with less time, essentially. So, but that's the exterior is looking great. I mean, the black rubber trim around the windows looks perfect again. The tires, even though they haven't dried all the way, are looking pretty good, like nice and dressed. So with the exterior, we used 4 products only, and one of them was like pretty basic, which is the car shampoo. So detail spray, great. The tire and rubber cleaner, getting the tires perfectly clean and with nothing on it, allowed the VRT to go on more even and perfect. And then VRT, being able to dress all the plastic and everything. But now, the last thing I will show you. You want to jump in the other side, Matthew?
Yep.
So we briefly talked about this earlier, but the most versatile interior product is your total interior cleaner. So with this, I have my edgeless utility towel, but this is a little bit more, it's a better cleaner than the interior detailer. But my favorite part of this is like this nav screen's like pretty dirty. I can spray some of the product into my towel, and I always start with glass surfaces first. So nav and the interior glass, but I can spray it on here and wipe this down. So there was a ton of fingerprints on here, but I can use the total interior cleaner to clean the nav screen to make it look perfect. And then what I'll do is come over here and I'll hit the glass. So just 2 sprays onto the glass. So 1 and 2. Take my towel and clean the glass. So 99% of the time what I would do is I would just clean all the interior glass first. So that looks perfect like that. But once I'm done cleaning all the glass, and I'll come back in and I'll just start hitting this spray into the towel like so. And now I can start cleaning all of the interior surfaces. So, and again, this is like upholstery kind of carpet. I'm just going straight over the top of it. I'm not worried about that at all. And what the total interior cleaner does is it's really good at cleaning like food residue, but it doesn't leave it's not shiny, right? It leaves like a perfectly factory matte finish, which I like better. I want it to look more factory. So I'll come in here, spray more onto the towel, hit the steering wheel. Wow, that ain't gonna stop anybody.
King Lewis asked, Joe, how's your day?
You know what, King Lewis? My day's been great, man. I actually been working on making content for our Father's Day giveaway. So anybody that's on here that wasn't here for the beginning of the live video, I announced that we are doing a giveaway for a Father's Day sale. We're going to do a giveaway every day throughout the sale. So today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, each day is going to be something different, but it's all golf related. So today we're giving away a liquor stick with a $200 gift card to Pins and Aces. The liquor stick is really cool. It's a really cool gift it's like a unique gift for a dad because, or anybody, but essentially it's like a long pole reservoir that can go into your golf bag. You can even put a head cover over it to conceal it, but you can put your favorite beverage. And, you know, liquor stick, there's some implications as to how they named it, but yeah, you can essentially have like your favorite beverage on course, which is really a cool, like unique thing for people to have who are golfers who like to have a good time on the course. So giving away the liquor stick with a $200 gift card today. And then I don't know what we're giving away each day, but we have a set of golf irons, 4-iron through gap wedge. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9 pitching wedge and gap wedge, so 8 clubs. So we're going to give away that one day. We got a golf driver, so we're going to give away a driver one day. We have a really nice putter that we hand selected, so we're going to give away a putter. And then we have a really, really cool red golf bag that's like a leather golf bag, super nice, and it has the Adams Polishes logo embroidered into it. So really cool product for you know, the guy who likes to clean his car and golf, you know. So really cool giveaway. The way that you have a chance to win those giveaways is all you have to do is purchase a mystery item from Adams Polishes. So essentially what we're going to do is each day, at the end of the day, we're going to go through and see who purchased mystery items, and whoever purchased, we're going to throw in the giveaway item with a mystery order. So so yeah, there's nothing like special. You don't need to sign up for any special giveaway or anything, or tag us on social media. All you have to do is purchase a mystery item, and then you get a chance to win it. So and I would just say, like, tomorrow, each day we're going to announce the giveaway on Instagram and Facebook. So just keep an eye out. I would say Instagram's a little bit better of a resource for that, but go to Instagram, our story or a reel, and or just go to our page, go to Adams Polishes Instagram, and you'll be able to see what we're giving away each day. So, you know, if you're a golfer, or if you're trying to give to your dad or give to brother, whoever, or keep it yourself, really great opportunity to win some cool stuff. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, that's when you ask me how my day is, pretty much all my day has been dedicated to generating content for that. So it's been pretty fun. Not too bad.
Preston Page asks, how many microfiber pads do you think for a whole car polish? Or how do you know when to get a new one when the first one is too loaded?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who asked that?
Preston Page.
Preston Page, all right. Yeah, good question. So Preston Page essentially asked how many polishing pads per car, and how do you know like when to switch when your pad's too loaded. So I think it just depends. Each car requires a different amount. So you know, I would probably say I usually can get away with like 3 pads total on a car. But again, I think each car is different. So one car might require more pads because you're pulling up more oxidation. So I would say, depending on the condition of the car, like if the car is really, really thrashed and you're having to do a lot of work, or you're having to correct a lot, you know, I'd probably give it like 2 pads for each side. So 4 pads total. But, you know, I would start with trying to get away, like, your goal should be trying to get away with using 1 pad for each side. And I would say, you know, making sure you have a pad conditioning brush, like a short bristle brush that you can brush the pad out, because you're going to be removing clear coat along with having polish and compound in it. So brushing that out to have like a fresh pad every time you apply the compound or polish is essential. Like the pad conditioning brush is essential to that. But yeah, I think sometimes I've been able to get through the whole thing with 2 pads each, 2 compounding pads and 2 polishing pads. But it's always nice to have some extra with you, because I'd say the other thing that would determine switching pads is, like, if you're using the pad and you set it aside, then it falls on the ground. You don't want to reintroduce that to the car, because it could have pebbles or dust or rocks in it that can scratch the car. So yeah, I think, you know, just off the rip, I would say like 2 pads for each side. So you're looking at like 8 pads total, you know, 4 compounding pads. So 2 compounding pads for the driver's side and 2 compounding pads for the passenger side. Same with the polish. I think it just gives you the most option. If you end up not using all of them, then you just have extra clean ones that you can use for your next job. So I hope that's helpful. So there you go. Today's live video talking about kind of 5 essential products I feel like everybody needs. And I think this car really demonstrated why those 5 products are key, because you can do everything from clean your wheels and tires to wash your car to use a drying aid to help it look shiny, but also reduce the chance of water spots. Also, you know, being able to dress your rubber and plastic trim as well as your tires, and then cleaning every inch of your interior surface. So yeah, those are the 5 products: kind of car shampoo, detail spray, total interior cleaner, tire and rubber cleaner, and VRT. So I hope today was helpful. I mean, I think part of what I wanted to do today was show some versatility into each one of these products. I think VRT did a great job of showing that. Tire and rubber cleaner as well. I mean, I think everything showed some great versatility. So, and we had some good suggestions. I mean, someone said wheel cleaner, someone said bug remover. So I think, you know, detailing is very much like a personal thing. Everyone kind of does it different. I have implemented a lot of things that Adam does, but he uses a lot of the essential products that he's had since he started the business, which is like detail spray and VRT, car shampoo. There's some newer products that I feel like I really like H2O Garden Gloss, CS3, Brilliant Glaze, some other things that I tend to use a lot as well. So listen, whatever your essential products are, as long as they're working, stick to them, you know. And I think everybody that's watching here probably has some essential items in their cabinet that, you know, you go to reach for CS3 and you're like, no, I'm just going to do detail spray today because I know I won't have any streaks or anything. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. And Mark K requested polishing gloss wheels. So next week, we'll use the Adams Polishes jack and jack stands, and then we'll show how to polish gloss black wheels. And we'll even use our rolling wheel stand, which is a cool product that, you know, I think is like a really useful product, especially if like you're polishing and doing stuff to wheels a lot. So hope today was helpful, and you know, I'll catch you guys next week, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time here at Adams Polishes on YouTube.